Welcome back to episode 4 in our free series, our Practice Pause Reset. And if you haven't downloaded your free reflective guide that works alongside this series, make sure that you go to the show notes or the description box for the link. Today I'm talking about regulation in real life. So when I think about mindfulness or meditation, I have this image, which has probably been sold to me through capitalism, of someone looking very serene. Maybe they're on a beach or maybe they're on a beautiful mountain and they have the time and the space to meditate. My life has never looked like that. My version of mindfulness has never ever been like that. And I'm sharing that because when we talk about regulation, we have to integrate it into our real life or it's not going to work. And if you are somebody who, off the back of this series, thinks, do you know what, I'm going to make a commitment now to myself to look at what calm means to me, and maybe I'm going to commit to the practice pauses. If you're already a member of the Social Work Collective Academy, they're already available for you inside the membership. If you are going to do that and you are doing it with the idea that it runs alongside this perfect narrative of I'm going to do this every single day, I want you to pull yourself or rein yourself back in the same way I have to do with myself, because I don't want you to set yourself up to fail and I don't want your expectations to be beyond real life. The whole point of having practice pauses is that they are integrated into your practice, because social work is busy, life moves fast. And if your expectation of being calm and being regulated looks like I have to do a 20-minute meditation every single day in order to achieve this, it's going to be really difficult and you're going to put a massive amount of pressure on yourself. And take it from me, because I've done this in the past before. And then if I miss a day of meditation, I think, oh, I've failed, I'm not calm anymore. So it's really easy to spiral. Regulation is something that we have to practice, and we learn it in the high-stake moments, not the calm ones. We have to practice it, and it won't be perfect. It has to be in the moment. It's not always going to be 20 minutes. You might even have 10 minutes. That's why I'm often talking about what you can do in 60 seconds, because that might be all you have available to you today. And rather than me say you should make more time for it, I know what it's like in practice. I've worked in really busy local authority child protection teams. Even as an independent social worker, as someone who's self-employed, as a parent, as somebody who just lives and has multiple commitments, it is hard to find that time. And there is a phrase, I don't know, I'm going to misquote it now, but it's like a saying that if you don't have time for, I'm not going to be able to find it. Let me find it. And there's this phrase, and I don't know if it's like a Zen proverb maybe, that if you don't have time to meditate for an hour every day, you should meditate for 2 hours. That's great, but I don't know if that came from somebody who lives in the 21st century, who has a family and commitments and a full-time job. I much prefer the fact, like, if you don't have time to meditate for 5 minutes, meditate for 60 seconds. Things have to be realistic for them to be achieved. The same as our social work practice. We know that if we are making plans with families, whether they're child protection plans, if we're looking at care plans, if they're not realistic, we set people up to fail. So why do we do it to ourselves? So I want you to remember how parallel this all is to safeguarding practice. When we work in safeguarding, and not even necessarily safeguarding, when we're in social work, we are problem solving all the time. We are wanting to be solution focused. If we don't have all our ducks lined up in a row, we're not just going to call it quits and do nothing. We're going to find solutions. We're going to be flexible. We're going to adapt. We're going to do what we have with what is available to us. I've worked in teams before where we might have 3 people off sick on one particular day. It means that we rearrange the team based on what we need and who needs to do what any given time. We problem solve. And that's how I want you to think about your commitment now to regulate, to introduce these practice pauses into your day. How are you going to be flexible about it? They are all under 10 minutes specifically for this reason. One is 3 minutes, one is 4 minutes. We've got another one that is 8 minutes. all because I know that your time is so limited, and I want you to be able to take action within the space and time that you have so that it's achievable. Again, it's exactly what we would do when we're working alongside families. Make things achievable. It's exactly what we would do if we were breaking down learning for a child. We're not going to tell them to write an entire sentence before they understand their letters and what those sounds are. In the same way, we're not going to, for ourselves, introduce an expectation that we're going to be doing a massive meditation every day when we don't even have time now to have lunch. So think about what's realistic for you. Think about how you can integrate this into your everyday life, what that looks like. If you make a commitment to take a practice pause once a month and you do that for 3 months in a row, that is so much better than you committing to doing it every day and then not being able to keep up with it. Once a week would be perfect. If you're a manager, you can bring them into your team meetings because then everyone's going to do it because everyone's there and it's part of the practice. If you're in a team, you can agree some accountability for each other. So think about what is realistic for you and think about what you can integrate. And off the back of that idea that I love a good Zen proverb, but maybe we don't all have 1 hour or 2 hours, I want you to today, as your activation, as your challenge, to just take 60 seconds. Nothing more than that. 60 seconds. Set a timer on your phone or on your computer. 60 seconds to pause with no phone, no screen in front of you, no fixing, just presence. You don't even have to attempt to be out of your head. Just be, not doing anything. Because how often are we doing multiple things at any given time? I know I am. 60 seconds to just pause and do nothing. That's all I want you to do today. Just to show you that you can integrate that 60 seconds into your day. As we are coming to the end of the Practice Pause Reset with 1 episode left, I want to remind you again that calm isn't a personality trait, it's something that you can practice. Small pauses taken intentionally can change how you think, how you respond, and how you carry the work. The reset is a starting point. If you found these reflections helpful, the practice pauses inside the Social Work Collective Academy are designed to support you in real moments of practice, before a home visit, when everything feels overwhelming, or after a difficult or heightened situation. They're there to help you slow things down just enough to think clearly, make safer decisions, and move forward without carrying everything alone. The collective sits alongside best practice, offering calm, practical support for social workers who care about how they practice and the standards we set for our profession. You can find out more and join at socialworksorted.com/the collective. All the links you need are in the show notes and description. Thank you for taking the time to pause.